The Brain That Changes Itself by Norman Doge is a book on neuroplasticity, how our brains can change over time and how we can guide how our brains change over time to be self-healing. When we look at some of the important ways that we use neuroplasticity, a lot of them are going to be instructed here. And when we find that life throws us hiccups, we find ourselves adapting in ways that may not work anymore. A lot of times, it's kind of like a flat tire, where we had an adaptive strategy, we were driving along, we had a good tire there, and it blows up on us. And then we need to figure out how to change things. We can't be just rolling around here just breaking our rims and going everywhere. We need to find balance. We need to find an adaptive strategy that can facilitate adapting to our environmental circumstances. And so when we look at expanding our locus of control, one of the ways that we can see exponential change in our locus of control is working in the shadows to discover what neural links, what associations are going on, and how we're showing up when different things are cued. And then working in the light with body practice, with structured thinking, self-selected affirmations, to metabolize and switch over those neural links so that when those adaptive responses are cued, we can show up in a new self-chosen way that's adaptive to the right now. If we look at how the autonomic nervous system develops adaptive responses, traumatic events can have a lot of power over people's lives. In just that way, in the way that a traumatic event can shape how we had to adapt in that moment, so that every time anything triggers that part of the autonomic nervous system, it's all the way back up to that moment. That's a place where we want to spend, drop by drop, a little bit of affirmation and body work while we're processing safe right now over an extensive period of time. The most profound self-work I've ever done around neural linking is around the idea of safe right now. As a traumatized individual from birth, from a little while after conception, as I experienced domestic violence while I was in the womb, and then kinetic violence while I was a toddler, I had to work as an adult to develop new neural links, new pathways to respond to felt sense of threat. And that allowed me to, over time, by acknowledging factors of safety in my environment when I was triggered, mainly, and then by unpacking things as I expanded my window of tolerance, sometimes with a therapist, a lot of times with friends, or through the slow body movement. When we look at how that neural link shapes, it allows for a lot of changes in the system, a lot of autonomic nervous system reactions are able to be seen and observed in a deeper way after you get over the initial impact of it. When we get back in control of our central nervous system and our autonomic nervous system, we're then able to appropriately dictate when we want to respond with alarm, and we're able to appropriately dictate when we want to respond with a sense of calm, a sense of safe right now.